Hello there, I'm Muhammed Hamdan and you're watching Nightline, the top stories. Search for Masjid India sinkhole victim focusing on last two manholes. Special Operations Room activated to monitor Mpox outbreak. And JDT crowned as FA Cup champions after thrashing Selangor at Bukit Jalil. We'll begin the bulletin with the 2024 FA Cup. As expected, Johor Darul Takzim JDT FC have been crowned champions after beating Selangor FC 6-1 in the final on Saturday night. The Southern Tigers drew the first blood in the 26th minute with a brilliant free kick by Juan Muniz. Sensational youngster Arif Aiman Muhammad Hanapi headed home in the 42nd minute to give a 2-0 lead for JDT at half-time. The Red Giants pulled one back after the break thanks to a superb strike by Alvin Fortes, but Muniz denied Selangor any chance of a comeback with his second goal in the 67th minute. Things went from bad to worse for Selangor as JDT extended their lead to 5-1 with goals from Bertson de Silva and Herberti de Andre. The man of the match, Muniz, then completed his hat-trick 1 minute from time to seal the 6-1 victory and the trophy for JDT. With the win, the Southern Tigers thus achieved an FA Cup hat-trick, having won it the past 2 years. Moving on, the government has activated a Special Operations Room at the National Crisis Preparedness and Response Centre, CPRC, to monitor and prevent the spread of the Mpox outbreak. According to Health Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Zulkifli Ahmad, the Operations Room is tasked with overseeing the outbreak both domestically and internationally, while also coordinating with ASEAN countries on preventive and control measures.
Yang itu pertama, CPRC telah 16 Ogos, ya, we started. And then kedua adalah kita istilahkan sebagai sentinel surveillance, ya. Sentinel surveillance ini kita sentiasa memantau. Dan kita penggunaan thermal scanning dan thermal scanning ini telah all the time on. Semua pintu-pintu masuk antarabangsa khususnya.
Dr. Zulkifli added that between August 16th and 22nd, the government has also screened 1.8 million travellers from Mpox at all the country's entry points. He also stated that 13 laboratories nationwide are prepared to conduct diagnostic tests for the virus as part of Malaysia's preparedness efforts. The country is also collaborating with ASEAN and the World Health Organization (WHO) to share information and secure vaccines and antiviral treatments. The preventive measures are being taken following Thailand's confirmation of Asia's first known case of the new, deadlier Mpox variant last week. The WHO declared the recent outbreak of the disease a public health emergency of international concern after the new strain Clade 1b was identified. For the record, there were 9 confirmed cases of Mpox in Malaysia, with the first case reported on July 26 last year, while the most recent one was in November. Although there are no new cases reported since then, the public are urged to remain vigilant and seek immediate medical attention if symptoms arise. The search and rescue SAR operation to locate a foreign woman who was swallowed by a sinkhole along Jalan Masjid India in Kuala Lumpur on Friday will now focus on the last 2 manholes on the sewer line leading to the Indah Water Consortium IWK Pantai Dalam Treatment Plant. Police stated that after nearly 40 hours since the incident, efforts to find the victim have yet to be successful. Dangwangi Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Sulizmi Afendi Sulaiman on Saturday confirmed that the area surrounding Jalan Masjid India is still safe despite the sinkhole incident.
Setakat ini, kawasan di sekitar ini adalah selamat untuk dikunjungi dan dalam masa yang sama pihak DBKL masih menjalankan kajian lanjut struktur tanah di kawasan ini untuk kita lihat lebih detail ataupun ada dapatan-dapatan lain.
6 manholes along the 7-kilometre sewer line have been opened in stages since 10:30 a.m. to allow members of the SAR team to enter and search for the victim. The team is now focusing on the manholes at Dataran Merdeka and Kinabalu roundabout, while the other 4 manholes at Wisma Yakin, Jalan Melayu, the Jalan Melayu Junction and Bank Pertanian near Lebih Pasar have already been inspected. Full personal protective equipment is required to ensure that divers from the Fire and Rescue Department's scuba unit do not inhale any harmful gases. The tight space and strong currents in the sewer also present challenges for the rescue personnel. On Friday, a 48-year-old tourist from India, identified as Vijaya Lechumi, went missing after falling into the 8-meter deep sinkhole when it appeared under her feet as she was walking along Jalan Masjid India at 8:25 a.m. So far, rescuers have only recovered a pair of slippers belonging to her after nearly 17 hours of searching. Meanwhile, traders near the sinkhole that appeared on Jalan Masjid India have been advised to temporarily close their businesses. This is to avoid the risk of exposure to toxic gases that may be released from the manholes during the search operation for the missing victim.
Memberi nasihat kepada pengunjung dan juga peniaga-peniaga supaya menutup sementara kita untuk mengelakkan gas yang berada di bawah manhole laluan aliran air IWK ini keluar dan memberi kesan yang tidak baik kepada kesihatan.
Now, although many business premises around the sinkhole site on Jalan Masjid India remain open and operational, the area appears deserted due to a lack of visitors. Checks in the area, usually busy with shoppers, revealed a significant drop in foot traffic, with the number of visitors decreasing sharply following the incident. In light of this, the traders have urged the relevant authorities to meet with them for discussions, as they fear the sinkhole incident could permanently deter visitors from coming to the area, leading to significant losses for their businesses.
Kita minta pada kerajaan jangan jadi yang ini lambat-lambat kerana kita punya berniaga dekat sini nanti kita kena belanjaan kita tak boleh tahan dan juga berniaga kita akan tutup. Yang ini tengok di sini hari ini dah hari pertama kedai-kedai semua dekat sini separuh Jalan Masjid ini telah ditutup.
Some traders said they decided to follow the police's advice and temporarily close their shutters due to safety concerns while the search operation is still ongoing.
Memang rasa takutlah, takut dia efek kedai kita ke, bangunan sebelah apa semua. Sebanyak bisa pun tak buka ini. Jadi kita just tengok macam mana keadaan dia. Takut jugalah.
So memang disuruh tutup ke macam mana?
Semalam dinasihatkan suruh tutup lah.
Bila terlalu hujan air lebat, air masuk ke dalam pasir, air akan mendap. Mungkin dari segi itulah mungkin kejadian itu akan berlaku lah. Kami haraplah lain kali tak ada berlaku lah kejadian macam ni. Kalau boleh pihak di BKL selalu datang pantau lah ke kawasan sini Masjid India.
In the meantime, Kuala Lumpur Mayor Datuk Sri Maimunah Muhammad Sharif said that DBKL will set up a special committee that will include geology experts and other relevant parties to ensure that the sinkhole incident does not recur.
Mapping dari segi utility, saya akan memanggil mesyuarat, kita ada jawatankuasa infrastruktur, memanggil semua agensi yang ada utility bawah tanah. Bagaimanakah kita boleh bekerjasama untuk membantu kita jangan adanya jadi sinkhole ataupun tanah jerulus yang ada di Masjid India.
The water surge incident at Sungai Slim in Slim River Pera on Friday caused some 21 people to be stranded at the Risda Eco Park after a dam burst and a bridge collapsed. They managed to stay out of harm's way by taking shelter in an open hall situated on higher ground as the surge swept through the entire recreational area.
Allahu Akbar.
According to Perak Fire and Rescue Department Director Sayani Saidon, 19 visitors and 2 staff were rescued at 12 p.m. All were reported safe and did not suffer any injuries. The victims comprised of 6 male adults, 8 female adults, 2 male toddlers, 3 female toddlers and 2 female infants were rescued, aged between 2 and 50 years old. One of the victims, 33-year-old Nur Fatihah Ahmad, described the incident as resembling a tsunami. The teacher from Sabak Berdam, Selangor said that she was praying in a tent when she heard a loud rush of water which swept away all their belongings and outdoor equipment. Fatihah, who was camping with her husband, then gathered all of her family members and rushed out of the tent, leaving behind mobile phones, laptops, clothes and bags that were carried away by the current. The flash flood at Sungai Geliting, Ulu Slim also caused a bridge to collapse, blocking the only access route to the Risda Eco Park camping area. All the victims were handed over to the Eco Park authorities and relocated to the temporary evacuation centre at the Risda Eco Park Academy. The worst water surge incident ever recorded in the area also left a mother and daughter trapped inside their car. As a result of the powerful currents, the victims, 58-year-old Liza Abu Bakar and her 35-year-old daughter, were stranded for over an hour after trying to escape the sudden surge.
Kami pun masuk kereta berdua beranak sampai kat depan tu, air dah sampai laju, memang laju lah, memang besar lah. Terus pergi parking rumah sebelah. Jiran sebelah tu, rumah dia tinggi sikit lah. Kami terperangkap dekat situ. Keluar tak boleh, nak keluar kereta tak boleh, nak ke depan tak boleh, nak ke belakang. Kami terperangkap di kereta tu, dalam kereta. Tak buka-buka pintu, air dah tinggi dah. Depan air, di belakang air.
The two were rescued by fire department personnel who arrived by boat at around 8 p.m. on Friday night. The daughter, who also suffers from kidney disease, was taken to hospital for treatment, while the family was relocated to the temporary relief centre at Masjid Jami' Kampung Pasir. The strong river currents filled with mud and debris also left residents with close to nothing, as they were unable to save their belongings or move their vehicles in time.
Keseluruhan kawasan rumah luar saya memang habis lah. Dalam rumah dengan lumpur apa semua, barang-barang tak dapat diselamatkan.
As of Saturday evening, some 100 people from 28 families were being sheltered at the temporary relief centre at Masjid Jami' Kampung Pasir, while the remaining 32 victims from 11 families are staying at the relief centre in Masjid Jami' Slim Village. Following Friday's water surge incident, over 80% of the 12,000 water user accounts in Mualim district have been affected by a water supply disruption due to damage to the intake of the Sungai Geliting water treatment plant. The water supply was also affected after the main pipeline burst following the collapse of the 77-metre-long Jambatan Lama Sungai Slim or Slim Village Bridge. Immediate action has been implemented by mobilizing water tanks for the residents of the affected areas. It is understood that the state government will construct a Bailey Bridge to connect the route between Slim River and Berang, which is expected to be completed within a week after the technical aspects are finalized.
Sekarang pun on the way datang untuk memasangnya. Tapi ada beberapa teknikal kena diambil kira lah kerana tanah tu tanah berpaya dan kita nak divert jalan sebelah sana itu nak tengok katanya JPS.
The 2024 AMNO General Assembly concluded on Saturday after 3 days of sessions at the World Trade Center in Kuala Lumpur. During a press conference, AMNO President Datuk Seri Ahmad Hamidi emphasised the need for the Barisan Nasional leadership to reorganise efforts at all levels in order to strengthen the party.
Pengakuan bahawa ia selama 62 tahun BN dari tulang belakang kepada kerajaan di negara ini, namun kita tidak sempurna. Kita mengakui bahawa kita tidak bersifat maksum sempurna. Maka self-criticism ini dilakukan bagi kita melihat kelemahan-kelemahan untuk diperbaiki, dan realitinya yang ketiga, perubahan pendekatan mesti dilakukan.
In his winding-up speech, Zahir also said that AMNO must be at the forefront of resolving issues that cause social ills among the Malay community, such as violence and cyberbullying, as well as road accidents, which are taking the lives of the nation's young. In the meantime, AMNO Deputy President Datuk Seri Muhammad Hassan expressed confidence that AMNO's success in the recent Nenggiri by-election can be sustained in the upcoming Makota State by-election on September 28th. He said the party machinery must actively work to secure victory by ensuring a thorough campaign for the selected candidate.
Turun bekerja. Jangan turun menjadi pelancong politik. Turun ramai-ramai bantu bekerja dan pastikan kita membawa semula mencatatkan kemenangan untuk kita kekalkan Dun Mahkota pada pilihan raya ke-10. InsyaAllah berunding elok-elok cari calon yang baik. Orang tua-tua kata berunding jangan selisih, muafakat jangan bersanggah.
He also expressed hope that the AMNO General Assembly would empower delegates with new insights and resources to rejuvenate the party's prominence. Roadside bomb in Pakistan kills 2 children. These and more from the foreign front after this breather.
Minggu yang bertemakan retro atau Y2K.
Kau fikir kau siapa? Kau buat aku macam monyet.
Aku dah sakit kepala dah. Saya pun confused. Dia macam jangan ni. Timing salah.
Peserta yang mengelirukan.
Jangan buang masa. Tangis mani. Bagaimana di Tetik Konan? Awak rasa dia...
Menguji kebijaksanaan selebriti. Ahad ini 9 malam. Hanya di TV3.
Warisan songkok klasik, sentuhan tak lapuk ditelan zaman.
Kampung Budaya Terengganu ini rancang pada tahun 2020. Kita jadikan a living museum.
Sebenarnya kuih ni buat setahun sekali je. Dia kena salut dulu baru boleh makan.
Seni pembuatan songkok ni macam dia sebati dengan saya. Ibarat mahkota lelaki yang diletakkan di atas kepala.
Oh my God, saya nak ucapkan kepada semua rakyat Malaysia selamat Hari Kebangsaan yang ke-67. Saksikan Nona TV3.
Onto the foreign front, nearly 300,000 Bangladeshis were taking refuge in emergency shelters on Saturday from floods that inundated vast areas of the low-lying South Asian country. The floods, which were triggered by heavy monsoon rains, have killed at least 42 people in Bangladesh and India since the start of the week, many in landslides. Highways and rail lines were damaged between the capital Dhaka and the main port city of Chittagong, making access to badly flooded districts difficult and disrupting business activity. Among the worst affected areas is Cox's Bazar, a district home to around 1 million Rohingya refugees from neighbouring Myanmar. The floods have impacted 4.5 million people in the country, with 285,000 people currently housed in emergency shelters. In Pakistan, at least 2 children killed and 16 others injured after a bomb went off near a police office in southwestern region on Saturday. 7 policemen were among those wounded when the remote-controlled bomb attached to a motorcycle detonated in Pishin district. According to police, the 2 children were passing through the area when the blast occurred. So far, no group has claimed responsibility for the attack, but Pakistan's Counter-Terrorism Department and Bomb Disposal Squad have been deployed to the region where the attack took place. Following the incident, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has expressed deep grief and sorrow for the victims of the attack. Over in Germany, a 15-year-old individual has been arrested in connection with a knife attack that killed 3 people and wounded others at a festival in the western city of Solingen on Friday. Police confirmed the arrest of the suspect, saying they were still trying to establish a motive but could not rule out terrorism. They also stated that they do not believe anyone else was involved in the attack. The incident reportedly occurred at a market square in Solingen at about 9:40 p.m. local time when the man attacked multiple people with a knife. Following the rampage, 3 people died at the scene and 8 were injured, with 5 suffering severe injuries. no reason why this. Host Sarawak crowned overall champions. Actions from Sukma Sarawak when we come back.
Pencalonan baru Muzik 39 minggu ini.
Ini detik terakhir. Tahu mati-mati tak mengaku. Tahu-tahu ILU.
Semuanya dalam Muzik 39 Ahad ini jam 12.20 tengah hari di TV3 dan stream secara langsung di aplikasi tonton.
Kurang bergerak memberi kesan kepada tulang belakang.
Semasa COVID, ramai orang sakit belakang sebab kita duduk di depan monitor TV berjam-jam.
Adakah pembedahan satu-satunya cara untuk merawat masalah slip disc?
Fasa pertama kita adalah rawatan konservatif, bukan pembedahan.
Selain fizio, I believe movement approach yang terbaik. Derita slip disc dalam Hello Doktor Ahad 5.30 petang di TV3 dan stream juga melalui tonton.
Welcome back. Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim announced that the government has agreed to designate Sarawak as a co-host of the Southeast Asian Games when the country hosts a regional sporting event in 2027. The Prime Minister said Sarawak had done a remarkable job in organising the 2024 Malaysia Games, Sukma, describing it as one of the best in recent history, and there is no reason why the state cannot organise the SEA Games as well.
Nanti dalam mesyuarat kabinet Rabu akan datang ini, kita akan sahkan. Ini mana saya dahului. Kerana bisikan dan desakan yang kuat oleh Premier Abang tu sebelah saya tadi.
Anwar said this during the 2024 Sukma closing ceremony at Stadium Perpaduan in Kuching on Saturday night. Sarawak has expressed interest to co-host the Games, and its Premier Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Oping said that the state government was willing to pay half of the estimated 700 million ringgit cost. If Malaysia does host the 2027 SEA Games, it will be the 7th time it has hosted the biennial multi-sport event, with the last being in 2017. On to 2024 Sukma Sarawak now. The Malaysia Games came to a close on Saturday after 14 days of intense competition among young athletes who showcased great determination and passion in pursuit of glory. Sarawak was crowned the champion after narrowly beating the Federal Territories in winning the most gold medals, smashing 5 national records and surpassed its target of 70 gold medals. The hosts secured 76 gold medals, 54 silver and 69 bronze to beat the Federal Territories, which had 75 gold, 65 silver and 72 bronze in a nail-biting finish. Selangor placed third after winning 56 gold medals, 64 silver and 61 bronze. The victory was Sarawak's 4th time as the overall Sukma champion after the 1990, 1992 and 1994 editions. Meanwhile, Selangor swimmer Andrew Goh and Negeri Sembilan shooter Gan Chen Jie were crowned 2024 Sukma sportsmen and sportswomen respectively. The closing ceremony of the biennial games was held at the Unity Stadium and was officiated by Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim. Earlier, Perak's men's hockey squad ended a decade-long wait for the Sukma gold after defeating defending champions Pahang 3-2 in a nail-biting penalty shootout in the final on Saturday. Pahang drew first blood early in the game through a penalty corner from Hanzalah Abdul Hadi, but Perak quickly responded with a 2-1 lead after a field goal by Nur Izlan Shah Muhammad Issa and a penalty corner conversion by Zulhanif Sahran. Pahang drew level with a field goal by Haris Iskandar Osman in the 28th minute and then regained their lead through Arif Haikal Ross Iskandar's field goal in the 33rd minute. However, the Danish Aiman Khairil Anwar scored a crucial penalty corner to equalise the score at 3-all, pushing the game into a shootout. In the shootout, Perak goalkeeper Rafaizul Saini emerged as the hero, denying 3 Pahang attempts to secure the victory for his team. On to badminton, the 2024 Japan Open. National doubles pair Go Zhifei, Nur Izzuddin Muhammad Rumsani are just one win away from bagging their career biggest title after charging into the final on Saturday. The world number 12 pair produced a superb display to beat Indonesia's Leo Ronli Karnando Bagas Maulana 21-19, 21-17, reaching their maiden Super 750 level final. The win came just moments after the duo were granted a release by the Badminton Association of Malaysia BAM following their request to leave the national team last week. Izzuddin Zhifei's most significant victories to date include winning the 2022 German Open, the 2023 US Open, both Super 300 rated tournaments. The national pair will face South Korea's world champions Kang Min-hyuk, Seo Seong-jae in the title decider on Sunday. Motorcyclist hit by runaway lorry tyre. The details when Nightline returns.
Awak tahu tak persamaan awak dengan anugerah bintang popular berita harian? Dua-dua kena undi kalau nak jadi paling popular di hati saya. Cing! Ha, tunggu apa lagi tu? Undian ABPBH 36 dah bermula sehingga 30 September 2024. Undi siapa paling popular di www.abpbh.com.my atau imbas kod QR sekarang. Nak undi pukal? Langgan je banyak-banyak akhbar digital dan naskah fizikal berita harian. Anugerah bintang popular berita harian 36. Teguh kita bersama.
Yeay! Hai, saya Nada Bryan.
Saya Hafiz Syazwan.
Dan saya Caca Maembo.
Saya Ayu28. Ya, what up? Aku Novi Klik.
Jangan lupa saksikan I Can See Your Voice Malaysia.
Musim ke-7 pada hari Ahad jam 9 malam.
Hanya di TV3 ataupun boleh stream di Tonton. Bye!
Thanks for staying with us. A motorcyclist was hurt after a runaway tyre which had detached from a lorry crashed into him on Jalan Syed Putra in Kuala Lumpur on Friday. Fortunately, the 55-year-old man only suffered light injuries in the 11:45 a.m. incident. City Traffic Investigation and Enforcement Department Chief Assistant Commissioner Muhammad Zamzuri Muhammad Isa said the victim is still being treated in hospital, adding that the tyre had also struck a car. The case is being investigated under the Road Transport Act for careless and inconsiderate driving. Based on a dashcam video that went viral on social media, the tyre is seen hurtling towards the motorcyclist before knocking him off his bike and onto the ground. The victim is also seen narrowly being run over by the vehicle trailing behind him. According to authorities, both the victim and the lorry driver have lodged police reports on the incident. Nightline draws to a close. This time around, we'll leave you with visuals of the 2024 Paralympics torch relay, which started on Saturday from Stoke Mandeville, England. With that, I'm Muhammed. Hamdan. Thanks for tuning in and have a great Sunday.